So hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So now let's talk about how we can use condition in IAM policy. This is the most critical things which generally company wants to implement in their AWS network so that they can secure their AWS infrastructure within the company itself. Okay, how we can implement this and what is the use for it. For example, if you are working in a company, you have a public IP ranges in your company. So what you can do, you can restrict AWS resources within those public IPs, okay, so that if anyone is logging from outside your company, maybe from home or from other network, they can log in to the console but they cannot see the AWS resources. Okay, so if they want to work, they have to be in the AWS company network and then they can work. Generally what company is having a VPN. Okay, and if we are connecting a VPN is also having a public IP, so maybe we can enable that public IP for that VPN. If a user is connecting with VPN, they can access AWS resources. So how we can implement this? Okay, so to implement this, let me go to my AWS console. So I am in AWS console. Now let's go to policy. Here we will take example of S3 bucket and we will try to see how it's behaving. Currently I am working from home, so I have one public IP address. Okay, and we will see if I will allow that public IP address, resources will work. If I will remove that public IP, I will change to some other IP, it will not work. So let's check what is my public IP. So this is the IP URL. Okay, what is my ip.com? So you can see my IP is 103.180.94.169. So let's copy this. Now I am in policy console. So let's create a policy. Okay, so for creating a policy, just select on S3. Okay, I'm taking example of S3 and we will give minimum access. Okay, we will not give full access, we will give minimum. So let's go to list. You can give list bucket and list all my buckets. Okay, under raid, what we can give, we can try get object so that they can download object. Okay, and in write we can also provide put object, but we will not give, we will uh, keep minimum. Okay, so in resources we have to specify a specific resource. So in bucket, let's go to S3 and see we have a bucket, we will use that bucket. Okay, so copy this bucket, I have copied. Go here and add ARN, put the bucket and add ARN in the object. So object is inside the bucket, so let's add the ARN here, bucket name, and in object you can define any folder if you want, otherwise you can define star. I'm giving a star so that it will apply on every object. Okay, so add ARN. So you can, okay, so now we have to click on conditions. Okay, so here there is more conditions, but the basically two. So user is MFA authenticated. So suppose if a user is not enabled MFA, they cannot access resource. If we will take this, we will not take this for now, we will go with this IP. So here enter IP address. So we will give, we have this, we have to copy once again our IP address. So let's copy and then go to policy and here paste and here slash 32. So slash 32 means a single IP, add. Okay, so what I want to tell you here, in this range you cannot add any private IP range. So let me tell you one thing. So for example 168.0.0/24, it's a public IP network. Okay, so if I will add, this will not work. You can see you are getting one error below. If we click this error, you can see private IP address, AWS source work only for public IP ranges. This value condition is only for public IP, not for private IP. Okay, so we will remove this, and our error will okay, so our error is also removed. Now if you want to see the JSON of this policy, you can click on JSON. You can see this is the JSON and this is the condition. Okay, you can see condition, IP address, AWS source IP, and this IP range. Okay, so this is fine. Let's next this policy, and here I will make for example access from specific IP. Okay, I will copy this, I will paste here, and you can see this is condition also here, and create policy. Sorry. Okay, so now what we will do, we will create a user, okay, to test this out. We can create one user, we can create vkumar1, okay, console access, IAM user, custom password. We will give password by own, must not create change password. Click next. Now policy, and what the policy we attached, access from a specific IP. Okay, so next, and create user. So this is the user created. Now let's log in and check. So for to check, let me open a private window. I will open a private window here. It is opening. So now log in with the user vkumar1, then password. Okay, so see, the user is logged in. Okay, and and you know, for this user we have provided, one second now, here, not this one, vkumar1, cancel this, vkumar1. Okay, so here you can see we have provided only guest and list of bucket, okay, on this bucket and from this IP. Okay, so our IP is also this, so I think we should able to see the bucket. So let's go to S3. Okay, so see, now you are able to access the bucket. Here you can see you have insufficient permissions, but that is fine. If you will open this bucket, you can see this is, if you will download this, you can download and it should work. See, we have downloaded this index.html. Now just do one thing. Now minimize this. Okay, okay, once again I'm one second, sorry. Okay, so I am in vkumar1. Okay, let me go to home page. Okay, I will demonstrate how it is behaving. So now go back to this user. Okay, and here we should have vkumar1. Okay, edit this policy. Okay, it is taking time, but just see, go to visual editor. Okay, and here you can see IP address, it is mentioned in both sides because we have provided list all bucket also, so no problem. Go to JSON. Okay, and here you can see 169. Okay, just replace this to 168. Okay, so this is not our public IP, correct? Now go to visual, and you will able to see here also it should reflect. Yes, see, it's reflected here. Okay, so next, and save changes. So see, it is now enabled from 168. Okay, and our IP is 169. So let's see what is it, what it is opening. Oh, okay, so let me log out and log in. So I have logged out, and I will log in again with vkumar1, and then see how it's behaving. vkumar1, then password, Okay, so we logged in. Okay, but here we should not able to see the bucket because we have enabled only from the public IP, and we in the condition our public IP is not matching now. So let's go to S3. Now we will see what's happening. Okay, so here in left side go to buckets. So see what it is showing. You don't have any permissions to list this bucket. Even you are able to log into this console, you cannot see this permissions. So this proves that if you will log in from your home network from other locations, you will able to log in, but you will not able to see any AWS resources which is granted to you. Okay, so let's go back once again. Okay, and here click on edit. Okay, in the JSON, just move this 169 once again. Okay, then next and save changes. Okay, again we have set up this save changes. Now let's see, refresh this page. Now see, you are able to see the bucket. Okay, so this is the thing how we can use conditions in IAM policy. Okay, and this is the most important thing. If you will go to this policy, let me show you once again. If you will edit this, you have lots of conditions. Okay, let me show you. Go to here in the conditions, you can see add conditions. You have lots of conditions which you can see, but generally we are not using lots of conditions. We are specifically using IP ranges and some tags or some VPC. So some unique only we are using generally. Okay, to make this simpler. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will meet you in the next lesson.